To replace the docking sensor on Bob Pro, you'll need a new docking sensor and a Phillips head screwdriver. Power off Bob before starting your repair. Press the bumper in while holding down the cover button. After 5 seconds, Bob will beep, and the cover light will turn off when released. Next, remove the dustbin. Grasp the tab on the back of Bob and slide the dustbin out. Then, flip Bob upside down so the wheels are facing up. Remove the 6 large screws from the underside of Bob. Keep all screws and parts removed from Bob safely aside for later reassembly. Next, remove the 2 small screws that hold Bob's side casing. Pull to detach each piece, using a flathead screwdriver for leverage if necessary. Bob's casing is no longer secured. Carefully flip Bob onto his wheels and lift the cover to expose the mainboard. Then, disconnect the circuit plug connecting the cover to the mainboard. Next, remove the 2 large screws securing the bumper. Lift the bumper off Bob and disconnect it from the main board. You'll find the docking sensor at the front of Bob. It may be glued in place. Remove the 2 screws holding the sensor. If necessary, use a screwdriver for leverage to break the adhesive. Then lift the sensor straight up and disconnect its circuit plug. Attach the new sensor to the main board. Lay it back with the thicker side facing down. Install the 2 screws on the sensor, then replace the bumper. Ensure the detachable pieces are placed in the appropriate spots on the bumper. They're labeled L for left and R for right. Then, line up the bumper with Bob. Reinstall the 2 large screws and reconnect the bumper's circuit plug. Reconnect the cover's circuit plug to the main board. Lay the cover down so it's slightly below the bumper's top edge. The bumper should move when pressed in. Flip Bob upside down. Next, install all 6 large screws on Bob's underside. Align the side casing pieces with the screw holes on Bob's underside. Then, flip Bob onto his wheels and snap the pieces onto Bob's sides. Next, install the 2 small screws removed previously. Then, flip Bob onto his wheels and slide the dustbin back in place. Press and hold the cover button for 3 seconds to turn Bob back on. And congratulations! You've just replaced Bob Pro's docking sensor. Happy sweeping!